What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Bittersweet Podcast. It's your girl, Wintana, and we're back.
Hey.
First day of 2025 with my girl, Milena. Happy New Year, sis! We made it. 2024 was the ghetto. Actually, it was good, but it was like the trenches, but in the most, like, I feel like I grew so much in 2024. So much happened, but by the end of it, I was done. I'm done now.
Yeah,
I'm so tired.
You need some time out. I think you need rest.
Oh yes, we're gonna
changes.
This is big changes, big things. But I'm excited for a trip that I'm gonna be taking soon, which we're gonna talk about.
First trip of 2025.
I told myself in 2024 I'm not leaving at all. Like I'm gonna just stay put in Melbourne. Yeah, I'm not traveling because I wanted to focus on building Bittersweet. I wanted to focus on saving money. Like there were so many things that I was just like, you know what? I feel like every time I go on a trip, it ends up taking a chunk of like my time and your progress, your momentum. Yeah. And then you come back and you just feel like kind of all over the place. And I feel like I'm always starting from level one again. Yeah. So I feel like I want to go on trips and make them, like, I don't want to feel that when I come back. So maybe that just means like having more saved up or like, you know what I mean?
Just better budgeting. Like we just need to budget because that's one thing we've talked about and I'm sure we'll get into it later. Just getting into a bit more of like better structure and how we split our money and time so that we can manage to do other things where something like taking a trip will not break the bank or break our efforts. Like we're adults.
It's exactly we're adults and I hate it. We're like seriously adults now. It's not even like we're just getting there. We're like young adults.
Young adults.
Come on, sis.
Young adults.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, we're going to have fun on this episode.
Just a heads up, guys. I am a bit sick. So if you see me like... Please, excuse me.
Have some grace.
Yeah, have some grace.
Before I get into the episode, I do want to give a quick shout out to JM Studios. Ooh. She did my hair, if you can see, like she went for the boho look, and I love it. I've never done this style before.
Really?
Never on the boho with the human hair. It's human hair and it's such a look.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, she's so great. She is located in the West Side, guys. You need to check her out.
Shout out to the West.
Shout out to the West. We love the West on this podcast. I'll put her link in the description so you guys can check her out. But if you love what you see, hit up your girl, you know? Yes. Yeah. So let's start off this episode. Let's do a little icebreaker.
Today? I'm so excited.
I know, Milena, you love
games.
You love a game.
Yeah, I love a game. Okay.
Before we get into it, actually, I want to ask you what you did for your New Year.
Oh.
I did not try to promote it, but since we're here, wait, there's so much to recap. Yeah. I just think we're not recapping anything.
Yeah, we haven't started yet. We're about to, right?
We're about to start, but there's a recap. Sorry that it's a bit like crazy, guys, but this vision board event is the one thing I wanted to talk about.
Yes. Get into it.
Let's get into it before we go into the recap of 2024 New Year. Vision board event was a huge success.
So much so.
You obviously attended.
Yes,
so
I attended.
It was one of those things where I felt like, again, leading up to the event, I was very, I was so nervous.
Yeah?
I was so nervous, sis. I was having dreams where I would get there and everyone was there, but there was no material. So like people didn't have their materials. The event was half set up and everyone's looking at me. And I just kept having these, I think it really speaks to like how I've been feeling this year and just like maybe the stress of everything all into one. Yeah. And then the vision board was kind of like the final big thing for the year.
Yeah.
Even though I've done it like 3 times.
It's an annual thing.
It's an annual thing, but this was the biggest one. Also,
really?
Yes.
In terms of numbers?
In numbers.
Wow.
Space-wise, like the studio doesn't fit a lot of people sitting down. So I was really full. It was full, and that's another thing that was stressing me out. And I don't know. Like I said, I made a speech on the day, and I was talking about how the purpose of the event, the intention of the event is to come and like unwind and to just kind of like reflect on, you know, all the things that have happened this year. Yeah. And it was supposed to be a relaxed, low-key event for you to just wind down and like end the year with, you know, just having like a positive end to your year.
Okay.
And the fact that I was feeling that, I was like, why are you feeling stressed, girl? Like the whole point of this is to de-stress. So it made me calm down the day before. But when I got there and I just saw like everybody just doing their thing, making their vision boards. And I I love the bittersweet community. Like it's such a true reflection.
I agree.
Of the sweeties.
Ooh,
The sweeties. The girlies that come through. It's a true reflection of like the sisterhood, the womanhood, and everything that is built around bittersweet. And I feel like every year that's like the biggest reminder for me of who our audience is.
Yes.
So I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I agree. Same. And I guess my perspective as the attendee, I really, really did not get the stressed vibe at all. I felt like as soon as we attended, everything was laid out beautifully. And even just the setup, you outdid yourself yet again, another year. And we had some great sponsors.
We have to give them I'm going to give them a shout out. Yeah,
definitely. I enjoyed my little goodie bag. And I just felt like as soon as it started, everything just kicked off. It was very mellow. I felt mellow.
It was.
And it was fun. And I think like in terms of time and everything, it was executed pretty smoothly in the grand scheme of things. So we enjoyed it. And I think like if that was the main point of the event, which you said it was, you executed that well.
Thank you, sis. It was. And I think it was more like the lead up. Like when I was there on the day, I'm like, okay, this is relax. You can relax. Yeah. Once everyone started doing their vision boards, or once I finished my speech, I was off. My brain was like done. I'm like, okay, let me just like, obviously you just walk around, see how people are going. If anyone needs help, I'll be there. But it wasn't really like the stress of it was gone. Okay, it was more the lead up, like making sure everything was set up right. Obviously, a big shout out to our sponsors. So Quick Copy made the space look phenomenal. Like, thank you for the signage, for the prints. Everything looked really great. Soul Bevy, as you guys can see, I'm still drinking their limoncellos. Soul Bevy, like I love this drink. It was such a very nice, refreshing drink. So they provided all the beverages, and then we had Aesop, and Laneige, I keep pronouncing it wrong, who sponsored the goodie bags. Wow. And that goodie bag was top tier.
Absolutely.
Perfume.
I remember my sister, Mary, shout out to Mary, was like, oh, we getting full size too.
Yeah, everyone was like, girl, I didn't. Apparently someone was like, the tickets were only 35 and the goodie bag, like how did she make a profit? And I was like, oh no, the sponsors hooked it up. They really did their thing. So I felt really happy and I was excited. That was my main thing because I love gift giving. So when it was like love languages, not receiving, I love giving. So when I was packing, I'm like, oh my god, everyone's gonna be so excited. They're gonna love it. And it was just really so for me, it was just a moment to like see everybody get really excited to get their gifts, and also like they deserve it. I feel like I'm so like in love with the bittersweet community. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm really happy. But yeah, overall, it was a 10 out of 10 event. I was happy to close off the year, and for people listening, that was the reason why I didn't drop an episode last week. Actually, to be fully honest with you guys, I recorded a solo episode and it wasn't really sitting with me. Like I wasn't sitting right with me. I didn't really want to post it. And the vision board event was coming up and I'm like, let me just take a break and come back.
Yeah, it was a lot. And I think the vision board event was like you were still active, I think, on socials and everything. And the end of year event, it was just a nice way to end the year, even more so than a solo episode, maybe. Now that I think about it, maybe ending of year is like a big bang. You end with a big bang, take a break, have your rest as you travel, and then you come back and start anew.
Exactly. Yeah. So how was your 2024, like the New Year Eve day?
New Year's Eve?
Yeah, New Year's Eve.
Well, I was sick, and so that had to cancel plans, unfortunately. And honestly, I'm going to put it out there right now. We are taking over our health this year, even to the next level. Honestly, I'm manifesting good health and wealth, but good wealth first. Yeah. Because I am getting tired. I feel like the last 6 months, I've just been struggling with like getting sick. And I'm one of those people that used to never get sick. So, or get sick rarely. And now it's hitting me. I don't know if it's like the age thing too, but.
No, it's also a thing too. My mom was saying the same thing to me about, I'm like, what's your new resolution, mom? And she's like, health, good health. And I'm like, same. For me, it's like physical, spiritual, babe. Amen. Spiritual, physical, and mental is a big priority in the new year. Because you're right. Like, we just need to be looking after ourselves more. Diet. Exactly. Like, what am I eating? Am I eating? Am I skipping meals? And just having like a sleep. I know you're very serious about your sleep. Yeah. So, it's made me realize, this year has made me realize that I don't rest enough.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find the balance, or last year made me realize that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find that balance in doing stuff this year. Like, it's good to put out work, but at what cost?
At what cost?
You know?
Girl. Yeah. And I think it's also, you can only go hard for so long. And I think if you make it important, make it a priority to prioritize your health, then you can balance things better, and you have longevity
100%.
because you're able to just balance things better. And it doesn't have to be necessarily like it's one or the other that I have to do. You can maintain if you just like balance if you just take care of yourself.
100%. I agree with you. Yeah,
but easier said than done.
It is, but the fact that we have that awareness,
yes,
that's the key.
Props to the awareness.
Yeah.
But we're talking about
New Year's.
Yeah, I guess we'll get into it later about the taking ourselves seriously.
Oh yeah,
but we'll get that later.
We'll get into all of it, but I feel like these days I did a low key thing. I had for New Year's. I had a barbecue with friends. You were supposed to come, but I know you were sick, so we didn't do that. But I just had a barbecue. We watched the fireworks from my apartment. It was so annoying because in my apartment, the level there's like a rooftop section, and at a certain time, so by 10 p.m. usually that you can't actually scan that. You can't scan to go to that level. And they sent out an email and they were like, okay guys, we're gonna let everyone access it until 1 a.m. The rooftop will be open until 1. So me and all these other people, like my friends and then people on my level, were trying to go to level 4,
right,
or to go to the rooftop area. And basically they shut it down, so you couldn't access it. And I was I'm like, okay, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call the people, because there's an intercom thing that you can call. And I'm going to see if they can buzz us in. Buzz us up, you know, from downstairs. And if they do that. So I tried. The rest of my friends stayed on like my level. And I ran down, called, no one answered, and I ran back up. Mind you, it was like 11:58 when I ran down. So I'm running back up, and it's me and one uncle in the elevator on the way up, and it was just like I was trying to get there before midnight, you know. And then it hit midnight, and I was like, oh well, Happy New Year to this guy, and he's like, Happy New Year. He was doing like an Uber delivery.
Wait, there was no one upstairs to buzz you in?
They would have been on the rooftop part, not inside the. So they wouldn't hear the intercom. So by the time I ran back up, I just missed it. And I just did the New Year with him, the countdown section, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So we went to see it on my balcony, and we could only see the reflection of the fireworks on the other buildings.
That's all right.
I was like, damn.
It's cute, but it's like it's not that deep. I think fireworks.
I know. For me, I'm just one of those people where I'm just like, it's not that deep if I see it, but it's the fact that I missed it.
No, I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Hear you.
Like, why can't I?
It's like right there.
Right there. Like, let me see it.
Yeah. But it's good that you were like with friends and people that at least.
It was such a nice New Year. I don't like doing too much on New Year's. I realize, like, I don't like. I think it's the one day of the year where I just prefer to just be like chilling.
Girl, gone are the days then?
Gone are the days. Because even last year, though, I did that. I'm like, come over to my house.
No, recent years. But I mean, like, back in the day, remember we were trying to go out? And I was like, I'm done now.
I'm done. I can't beat New Year's Eve. Also, why am I stepping into a new year with a bunch of strangers around me?
True.
I don't like that idea. It's like such an introspective time. Like, you want to be chilling. You want to be in good company. And to be outside with randoms that I pay to be here and you're with my money.
So much motion to be there as well.
Yeah, there's a lot, and then some things just don't go according to plan, and it's always chaos when you're out in New Year's. So it's actually nicer.
It's nice.
This is the age talking.
I know, age talking, or just like, but what you said, I don't think that even is necessarily age to it, but it's like the being amongst strangers, the chaos of it all, and just like getting home afterwards, getting to the place that you're at. That's always hard. So, and all of that just to see like 10 minutes of fireworks, and then how am I getting home now? So that it's a lot.
It's too much. My little sister went to the city. Yeah, she came to my house afterwards, but she was stuck in traffic.
She drove.
She was with her sister's family. No, not her sister. Her friends' siblings were with her, and one of them was driving. And they were driving across the Westgate Bridge. And she's like, a lot of the traffic was crazy. Apparently, people stopped on the Westgate Bridge to get out, and everyone was looking at the fireworks on the bridge, which would have been kind of nice.
That's kind of fun, but like, again, getting home, I'm just
I'd just be pissed. Like, I'm just stuck in traffic now.
Stuck in traffic.
But yeah, anyways, New Year's is fun. It's an interesting one. Let's get into our trivia questions.
Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, we're gonna go one for one. This girl, she's a trivia queen.
I'm trying to be, for real. It's just so fun. I feel like
it is
so
fun.
Intellectually
stimulating.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, I only find it fun if there's a possibility that I could get these questions right. But I feel like when it's so random, I start to lose interest.
No, 100%. I'm the same, but I think like the more you go, like last year towards the end of the year, I started going a bit more frequently. Yeah. And you see some questions pop up, or you start to like be able to, I feel like, figure out questions based on like previous questions that you've seen before or tried to explain. I
get what you're saying. That's if you're constantly going. But, like, remember when we went to the one and it was all about The Office?
Yeah.
I lost interest in that one.
No, fair enough, sis. I feel like that one we just probably were just not as prepared.
Yeah. Or if it was a TV show that I knew, like if it was, I don't know, Insecure or something,
Insecure,
it would be a bit more fun.
Yeah.
Because
I think you'd eat that one up.
I feel like I'd eat that one. I feel like you would too.
I think so, but you too. You especially.
I'm a Insecure fan. Yeah. All right. Do you want to start us off?
All right, let's go. All right, I'll start us off then. We're going to go biblical because we love Jesus in our life every day.
Amen.
According to the Bible, in which city or town was Jesus born?
Jerusalem.
Is that your final
Bethlehem. I'm locking in Bethlehem.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay.
He was born in he was born in a manger at Bethlehem.
All right.
God, you don't know me, man. Okay. Me and Jesus, we lacked in, especially in 2025. 2025.
Yeah. I received that too.
Yeah.
I received it. Right,
okay. Mm-hmm. Which fictional wizarding school did Harry Potter attend?
Hogwarts.
Okay. Yeah. Just maybe. I was like, maybe, you know?
Yeah, all right. That was a good one.
Okay.
Okay. My turn. Which country, this is multiple choice.
Okay.
Which country consumes the most chocolate per capita? I feel like you might know this already, but Belgium, Switzerland, Germany, or France?
What does per capita mean?
Great question. Pause.
Does that mean?
Let me look that up. Per capita? I think it means like per... Let me by head, like per head.
Per head.
Yeah, kind of thing.
I would say...
per person, I guess.
It's because I know... So Switzerland, Belgium, Germany, or France.
Yeah.
For me, it's either Switzerland or Belgium.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with what my heart thinks.
Have you been to like either of those places?
I've been to both, but I haven't really been to I went to Switzerland for like a day.
Okay.
So, but I know there's like Swiss chocolates. My mum got me some chocolates back from when she went to Switzerland. Okay. But I'm gonna say Belgium because they're known for their waffles and their chocolate.
Okay.
So Belgium.
Belgium. Locked in. Okay. Damn it.
Did I get it right?
Sorry, sis.
Oh my God.
Answer was Switzerland. It was
Switzerland.
Yeah. I was your mom came back from Switzerland.
But I just thought Belgium, because I felt like Switzerland. If I got that right, and I chose Switzerland, or if I chose Switzerland and it was Belgium, I feel like I'd feel more annoyed.
Oh, really?
Yes, because I didn't really think it was Switzerland. Like, I was like, maybe it could be, but like, I'm just saying that because it sounds more logical. But Belgium waffles, Belgium chocolate.
I think Belgium is waffles, but just
waffles? They have chocolate.
Actually, I don't know. I shouldn't be the one.
Anyways, damn. Okay, cool.
That's all right.
What color are the stars on the flag of New Zealand?
What color are the stars on it? Okay, the stars. Oh my gosh. Red.
Correct. That was good. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. How many eyes does a bee have? Oh my God.
I've seen those close-up cameras where they have I know. Are you like those people that have a phobia for holes?
I think it's called. No.
Yeah.
I don't, but it just grossed me out, the close-up.
Can I have a hint?
What hint can I give you, though? It's a number, so it's like, what can I give you? For real.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give you. It's under 10.
Okay, good, because I was definitely gonna get that wrong.
We're gonna go above 10. Oh, dang.
Let's say something crazy.
There's an insect that has more than 10, right?
Is it? Okay, I'm gonna say 8.
Okay, locked in.
No, 5.
Okay, which one? Locked
5. 5.
5. You got it right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay. You know the first time I was thinking 50?
Dang.
I don't know. I was like, maybe they just have a lot of like the holes in there. I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I think there is spiders. Certain spiders, do they have?
I don't know about 50.
Not 50.
Maybe,
yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
What is the name of the largest island in the world?
Largest island.
Yes, largest island, and it's not Australia.
Yeah, I knew this was. You've asked me this question before, and you told me the answer, and I forgot. Largest island. Is it Greenland?
Are you looking in Greenland?
Yeah. Iceland or Greenland? Greenland.
Greenland?
Yeah.
Lock it in?
Yeah.
Correct. How did you know that?
Because I've heard this question before, either from
Okay,
you or
I was going to give you a hint, but that was, okay, go.
Ooh, okay. I really hope you get this. Name the 7 dwarfs from Snow White.
Okay.
You got
the crazy thing is for some reason, I loved Snow White growing up. I loved it.
Why?
I don't know.
I just like the dwarves.
I think it was like, that's what it was. And it was the story. I don't not mess with her. I felt like she was such a blank canvas.
Yes.
Like,
that's
you know what I mean? I don't know why I think I loved it had to be the 7 dwarfs. Like, I just, something about the Snow White story was something I loved. Yeah, really? I loved it. Cool. Sleepy, dopey, I don't know, angry. Is that their name? Why would you give me this one? Can it be like around their name, or it has to be exactly? Sleepy, dopey, bashful or bashful.
I'll help you out by saying like wrong or right.
Okay, so it's
angry was not.
It's
but
not
you're
angry.
You're
grumpy.
Okay. 2 more. You got this.
3 more, isn't it? 7.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. It's 3 more. So right now, I'll repeat what you said. You said bashful.
Yeah. Sleepy.
Dopey. Grumpy. Yeah.
Funny.
I don't know why that made me laugh, but again, along those lines.
Funny. Laughter. What the hell? What is it called? Funny. How can you? This is good for synonyms. Like, what would you call? What's funny?
Or like what?
Happy.
Yeah, there we go.
Happy. Sad. Somber.
Move away from that emotion.
Sleepy, dopey,
pretty,
sleepy,
like, random,
happy, bashful. I feel like bashful is random too. Bashful is like
random,
shy.
100%.
Yeah. Sleepy, dopey, bashful, grumpy, happy.
There's 2 now left. And they're really random. There's one of them that I really got stuck. You can give up as well.
I give up. Yeah.
Yeah. Doc.
And
Sneezy.
Sneezy
was the one I couldn't
wouldn't remember. What was Doc again?
He was just the wise one. They were so
doctor
random. Like, went from happy to bashful.
How do we go from how do we go from like a basic emotion to
to sneezy or something? Anyway,
okay.
I actually wonder what they're based on, because they are very like random emotions that don't necessarily go together.
Maybe like the range of emotions.
But it's so random, right? Like sneezy. Bashful.
Yeah, like why sneezy? Yeah. Bashful makes sense though, because it's just shy.
But you wouldn't think of that as like a prominent emotion, right?
You would if angry is there, if grumpy is there, happy is there.
But wouldn't you have sad?
Sleepy, sad. Yeah, you would have sad.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I guess whatever.
Maybe grumpy is like sad.
Yeah, I guess
grumpy is just like always like No
idea.
Okay, which fruit is known for having its seeds on the outside?
Yikes! I know this one, but forgot it. Seeds on the outside. On the outside. Coconut?
What? Coconut?
It's not a seed. It doesn't have a seed.
Coconuts are just a giant nut.
Is it?
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just assuming. Because coconut, like a nut.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A coconut.
Research this and then take it off. Yeah. Okay, seed on the outside. It's a fruit. You said a fruit, yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay, a fruit on the outside. Is this a fruit that is common?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Something we've eaten before?
Yep. Together.
Seed on the outside.
Seed on the outside.
Seed on the outside. It's not a grape. Okay. One last. We've eaten it together. Not mango, watermelon, cantaloupe.
Okay, now you're just guessing.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to like look at your eyes to, if you'll tell me anything. Okay, banana.
No. No. Strawberries.
Girl.
Strawberries have this. I was hoping.
I didn't think. I was literally not.
Strawberry. Yeah.
Honest. Yeah.
Okay, so go for it.
Okay. Next one. All right. You might know this one. Which African country has pyramids that are older than Egypt?
Oh, Sudan.
Hey, right away. You would get
it was
that one.
Nubia.
Nubia? Was it? Oh, yeah. That's
Nubia.
right.
I'm pretty sure it's Nubia, yeah?
I think.
Okay.
Sense. All right.
So let's go to the next one. Which popular drink is made by fermenting apples?
Which popular drink? Fermenting apples. Cider?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, I got questions that were like, you would know, but would you know?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
okay.
I like the way
that was a good one, yeah.
What is Mr. Big's real name in Sex and the City?
Far out. Mr. Biggs.
Because I sure did not know this. Like, she's a diehard. Or should I not say that?
I mean, no, I love Sex and the City. I recently got into Sex and the City last year.
Yeah.
Last year. Mr. Biggs. Damn.
It's kind of a basic.
John.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
I think that we need to study these TV shows from back in the day.
Yeah.
Because I feel like all they do is romanticize these really like avoidant men.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it's like they're just big. He's a big baby. Like watching Big at the start of the series, I was like, oh my God, I kind of want them to be together. And you know, we always go for the character that's the main love interest is the one that you kind of want them to end up with, you know?
Yeah.
Even though there's a little bit of like, oh, actually, no, I do want her to be with this guy. It's the chase. It's the games that he's playing. All of it makes it so fun and mysterious and like, ooh, like, are they going to get together? Are they not? Like, and then when she ends up with the good guy, you're like, oh, he's good, but I wish kind of like she made it work with Big. But I'm like, this guy is a 40-year-old baby man, child man, who's walking around the streets of New York, like, and he just thinks it's like sexy that he pops out of nowhere. It's kind of stalkerish. And like, in my opinion, like, how do you just know where I am? And I don't know, it just always, it's like you can't commit and you do really like flaky kind of he just does really, he's very flaky. He's not, he comes off like he's not genuine.
But this is very on trend for like shows of that era though.
I guess so, yeah.
Or even movies, like even romanticizing like a lot of just toxic concepts of like body
characteristics
image, and things that aren't realistic. But I think that's why we ate that shit up.
Yeah.
Like,
but I don't think I've ever seen a show like did you watch Sex and the City?
No, I mean I tried like maybe an episode or like a bit of it with you, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's like it's something you can get into, but I also understand people being like, this is just a bit.
No, I would those kind of shows I probably would get into it. Like those old school shows. That is definitely guilty pleasure. But it just hasn't hit me yet. Like
you have to get into it. When you're into it, you're just like, okay, I'm really in the zone.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's just it's just a bit crazy. Like
when you step outside of it and you're like, oh, this is kind of actually a bit messy, but it's all right. You just like watch it because it's guilty pleasure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, my question, last question.
Last question, yeah.
Which country is home to the ancient city of Machu Picchu? Machu Picchu? Damn.
That was actually in my Christmas trivia.
Damn. I was like, when I was doing this, I'm like, Cuba? And then I read, I'm like, oh, Peru, she's not going to get this. She's not going to get this. All right, well, you won that game. I was doing the scores. I think you have like 5? You had 5.
Out of 6?
5 out of 6. You ate that. Did I have 4 or 3? 4.
You got
out of 6.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4. You got 4. Nice.
All right.
Yeah, let's go. Let's move on.
Let's move on to another game.
Yes.
I want to play this game. You showed me this game.
Oh, yes, that game.
Do you want to explain the rules of the game?
Okay, so this is a game that I saw on TikTok and I've been really wanting to do it. I've seen mostly couples do it, but I've seen friends as well and family do it. And it's basically called the Alphabet Challenge. And all you have to do is you just have to have a conversation using the letters of the alphabet to kind of structure the sentences of the story. Yeah. That's it. So you'd be like, you start with A, B, C, D, and go on. To be honest, in a lot of them, I've seen them write the letters so that they can reference it.
Yeah, I know. We should have had that. Maybe we can do it on my phone. All right, let's start this off. I'm actually really excited for this. Are you excited for the new year?
Bitch, I'm so excited.
Come on now, why?
Do you know why I'm excited?
Embarrassingly, I think I do.
Oh, fuck. What are you talking about?
Girl, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
How you mean?
I know exactly what I'm talking about. So if I know, you know.
Just say it.
Kangaroos?
Lame.
Maybe if you just actually understood the joke, you would get that it wasn't lame.
Nice. Okay. Oh, it's so
You're just nice.
Nice.
Okay, so why are you excited?
Possibly because of new things that are coming in the new year.
Q1? New Year?
Realistically, yeah. I think we need to. Realistically, yeah. We'll start with Q1.
Stop being so mysterious.
Okay, time to tell the truth.
So are you gonna tell us the truth?
Very well. Oh, double untouched.
So you did W?
Very well. I have some news for the new year.
Well, tell me what it is.
X Games. ...
X Games.
Do y'all remember X
You
Games?
know, you just play way too much.
Damn,
mama. What the hell? What even starts with K?
I know.
That was so
that's
fun.
hard. That was so hilarious. And I loved seeing the couple ones because they would be like, the guys would go in, they'd be like, bitch! Fuck you mean? Like, they'll just get into it. It's so dumb because sometimes you can see when people are struggling because they're just like glitching.
Yeah, I'm literally like, what the starts with K?
Oh my gosh, that one K was a hard one.
K was all I could think of was Did I say kangaroo at the end?
Yeah, you did.
It's like kangaroos.
Kiss me. All I could think was
Kiss me.
Kiss and tell or something. I don't know.
Oh, that could have been a good one. What? Oh yeah. Anyways,
that was hard though on the spot. That's why it's funny.
It's like, so funny.
It's not making sense. Yeah.
All right, let's get into the episode.
Yes,
that was fun.
That was so much fun.
Honestly, I put out a story at the end of last year, and I was like, okay, guys, I'm gonna do a last episode. Send me your questions, ask me questions. And people sent in some really good questions. So I was like, let's take this chance to answer these questions. I'm going to go through them, but I thought it'd be cool to pass them on to you because they're very introspective questions.
Are they just general? Or
they're just general.
Okay.
I think we had a few different ones come in as well. Cool. So let's start with your favorite memory in 2024.
Oh, cute. Favorite memory. There's so many favorites.
So many favorites.
Dang, that's so hard. I'll say one of my favorites just because there's just so many. Again, being able to travel again to the tropics. I love me the tropics. You did a lot
of traveling, to the tropics.
Tropics, yeah.
Back to back.
Back to back. I was really lucky to be able to have done that. It was Bali and Thailand, but still, it was just so. It was so much fun, and just being. Even though Thailand, we caught the. What do you call it? Monsoon season. Yeah. It was still fun to just be somewhere on an island and just be an island girl.
Monsoon is rain season. Okay,
yeah. And it gets hard in tropical places. So it's not trickling rain here and there teasing us. It's proper heavy rain. So yeah. How about you though? What was your favorite memory?
I thought about this and I feel like my favorite memory would have been maybe
so many major things last year.
Yeah, I think it was just traveling with the girls though, being able to go on our little trip to the Gold Coast. Yeah, but it was Promised Land, but also the Gold Coast, it was just nice being away with the girls. Yeah. I really want to go on a girls trip this year.
I manifested. I missed out on that girls trips, but this year catch us outside.
Sis, we need to go. So we need to make Japan happen or something.
Japan,
Yeah.
Jamaica. Look, sponsor
Jamaica?
us, Jamaican Airlines, something.
Milena,
We're here.
if we don't go to Jamaica this year, which I don't know if we will,
Yeah.
next year
Yeah.
for my 30th birthday. No, next year, is it?
Yeah. Oh, no, wait. Next
20 in 2 years anyway, 28, a year and a half basically now.
Yeah.
I'm turning 30. Okay, we're gonna go to Jamaica.
Girl, yes, I'm down.
That's
I'm
crazy.
Down. I'm down. Jamaica's just been, it's just, at this point, it's
We've been talking about it since the year we met.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jamaica it's bound to happen.
It
I already
is,
know.
yeah.
It's just a matter of when.
Yeah. All right. Next question is, someone said price prediction for Bitcoin. Shut up.
What?
Like what?
You tell me.
You tell
so
me.
I can invest.
Where can I put my money?
Straight up.
Where can I put my money? Okay. This is nice. What has been your favorite episode from 2024?
Cute.
That's a good one. I want to ask you that as a listener.
Favorite episode? You had some really fun guests. I really liked actually the end one with you and Rahel as like a goodbye.
Last year. Just okay. Yeah. I thought
you mean general.
I was thinking the new season.
The new season.
But
Okay,
that
new
makes
season.
sense of
I do like that,
2024.
of 2024. But if we're saying new season, oh my gosh, you had so many fun guests this year in the new season. And I feel like you also had a very diverse
range,
which I really liked. I liked the one you had with Matisse most recently.
Yes.
I enjoyed that one. It was very like a different perspective.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the Jeff one.
Yes.
Jeff, because I feel like
Jeff
again,
is so sweet as well.
Yeah, and I think like I like hearing male perspective as well because I think you bounce off really well. In like vouching for us as women and then speaking to a male's perspective is always nice. Who else? Oh my gosh, you had so many good ones though. Flex as well.
Flex that was like
a full circle moment.
Yeah, for me, I was like, oh my God. That was definitely a full circle moment for me last year because Flex is someone that I was like looking at when getting into the media space and just seeing, I'm like, who's this black girl that's just killing it?
Exactly.
So it was cool to have her on.
Yeah. And I have to give a shout out. Sorry, our Halloween
episode. That was
fun.
That was what I was going to say. For me, I feel like I didn't have a favorite. I think I loved every guest because everyone gave me like range and perspective.
Yeah.
And I loved that. I will say that there were some episodes that just we clicked more energy wise. Of course, the girls, but like Tasha, who came on at the start of the season,
Tasha
I feel like we just bounced off each other. And we had just met like once. We bumped into each other at the Amari Gala. Wow. So when I saw her, I was like, this energy is just amazing. She's such a beautiful person. I love the episode with Daniel.
Oh
because,
my gosh, I forgot the Daniel.
Yeah, like it was just Daniel again. Like I know him through Disruption, obviously, and like we connect through just like being in the same spaces. But I feel like one-on-one and having a conversation about him and like just like marriage and all the stuff that he's going through. It was just cool to get a guy's perspective and someone that I know.
Yeah, guy's perspective.
So there was that. But then there was like, I literally don't have a favorite. I can tell you what I love about everyone. Tatenda was so cute. It was just really nice having her on. Again, she felt like one of the girls, you know? Yeah. But it's just the episodes that make me feel like this is just one of the ones where the chemistry is just right. I think that always going to be something that I enjoy. Yeah. Even though I enjoy all of them, but like it's just one of those things. But I feel like I loved every guest. The season, obviously this season was just range. I was like, this is so cool. This is so interesting. Getting different perspectives. So I liked it all.
Oh, bless.
I don't have a
again,
favorite.
We need to give our props for Wintana.
Thank you, Miss
Girl.
Girl.
The growth of the Bittersweet podcast.
Thank you. I love you, sis. Okay. Who's your biggest role model outside of your family?
They took away the. I was gonna say family. Yeah. Do you have anyone? I've stopped. I think looking up to celebrities or like figures in the public eye.
Same.
I think in the last year or so, just because everybody's just flawed. Man.
Everybody is flawed. That's one thing that I feel like the older I'm getting, I'm realizing to really just like take the. I think I used to be very. Like amazed by people. I'd meet them and be like in awe of like what they were doing to the point where sometimes I find myself either shrinking myself a little bit or feeling a bit like, oh, I'm just inadequate. Yeah, exactly. But I feel like the more I'm growing, and it doesn't even have to be like I'm reaching milestones in my career. As I'm just growing as a person, I'm like, oh, people are just people.
Exactly.
We're just all people trying to,
And in saying that, you can't, it's not that you can't look up to someone who isn't flawed.
Yeah.
Who is like perfect. It doesn't mean you have to look for someone who's perfect, but it's just that I don't know them though. Really.
Yeah.
Like, so the only person I can say is like my mom.
Yeah.
Because she's flawed, but she's like, I know her enough to know that her intention is true, and she's still someone I want to look up.
Exactly.
I want to be like, you know.
I agree with that. Yeah. If you could change one thing about 2024, what would it be?
Change something? Oh my gosh. It's just all politics, isn't it? No, politics, literally.
Like all the things that have happened.
All the things that are happening in the world. If you could just, that's so diplomatic to say, but that's literally the only thing, because everything else I think is meant to happen the way it's meant to happen, you know?
Yeah. So, I was going to say that second part. Like, I just agree. I don't think I would change anything.
Yeah.
And on a personal level, maybe like balancing life a little bit more and just like learning to rest and things like that.
Exactly. But I feel like if you didn't go through knowing what it feels like to not do that, then you wouldn't know, right? Right. So I think just change nothing, really.
Change
hope
nothing.
For the best.
Yeah.
Always hope for the best.
Yeah. Always hope for the best. Maybe an attitude, like going through. You know what? I feel like you just get wiser every year, and you realize, okay, cool. Like maybe my perspective I need to have more of like a, just like a perspective shift in the way I see things. But I feel like that's like I realize how much you control the way you perceive
I was just
things.
Gonna say,
do you know what I mean?
It's crazy you said that, because I was just thinking about it earlier today with some friends. We send like yearly voice notes to wrap up the year and just like gauge long distance friends.
That's really cute.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
And I was just saying, like, we always talk about like our word or our phrase for the year. And I was saying to them that I think next year we talked about like taking things more serious, taking ourselves more seriously, not just in like one aspect of our life, but in different aspects. And in saying that, what did you just say before?
To change your perspective.
Change your perspective, like as in you're in control of your own destiny. You know, in the sense that by taking ourselves seriously, I feel like we're controlling our narrative and we're able to do what we want to do. Yeah. I think, they go hand in hand, what you just said.
I agree with you. I agree.
Taking ourselves seriously.
Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, shout out to, not a question, just wanted to say the sweeties love and appreciate you. Keep shining. Love you, sis. Thank you. Very
love that
cute.
They've adopted the name.
I know.
Did you officially announce it?
I announced it on an episode and she was listening to that episode.
Cute.
So there we go.
Nice.
Next question is, what's the goal for 2025 in your personal life and career?
Ooh, personal life and career. Career, I think keep taking risks and putting myself out there in areas that I thought weren't for me. And then for personal, just keep listening to my intuition, leaning into my intuition more, and taking myself more seriously.
Yeah. I like that. I think for me, career-wise would just be like doing everything I'm doing, but with more strategy. Yeah. So like, I think I've noticed over the last 5 years, I've done a lot of different things. Like one of my guest strategies for me was like saying yes to everything. Yes. And I was just, and it's good because I learned so much. I built like a very healthy network of people around me. But also it kind of feels a little bit like there's no target, there's no focus point. And that's why when I think about even telling people about what I do and who I am, I'm just like, where do I start? And like, what exactly is it? And like who? And so I feel like for me, it's just about being more like focused on like picking the things that make sense to my goals. So career-wise, my plan. I would love to see myself do an overseas show. If not overseas, interstate show or something with Bittersweet. That would be cool. That would be really cool. I would love to see like hosting overseas or some sort of like on that level like opportunity where I kind of like step out of Melbourne. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, right? I think it'd be different. And then personal goal, like rest and balance. Yes. Balance. My mom's always
Clack it. Yeah.
That's the new 2025. No, yes, for real, sis. Like, I feel like I need to rest. Yeah. Because I even noticed that even when I'm working, but I'm not resting and I'm just doing to do, I'm now in like a habit of doing things, but it's like, are you actually doing anything or are you just moving? Do you know what I mean? And I think if someone said this one time and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. It was something about like you will do a task in the. I always say the phrases wrong whenever I say
it's
this.
now become your thing. Like every time you say it, I'm always laughing because you always say that. You're like, I always mess up the phrase.
I always mess up the phrase, but it's like you can do. It takes you the same amount. It takes you the exact amount of time you give yourself to do something. So, for example, if I need to complete this task, if I give myself half a day, it will take me half a day. If I give myself 3 hours, it will take me 3 hours. It's about like time management, basically. And I think for me, you can't just be working around the clock, like even when you're chilling, just working, but not really doing anything. So I want to learn to like rest, like balance myself out and just be like, you can have the time off. Just when you're working, you're focused. So that would be that. And I don't know, personal life, that would be my personal life. Yeah, resting more. That's it.
I think also like the resting, it doesn't have to be get this money always. Yeah. But I was gonna say like with the rest thing, I think also just like rest in the way that works for you, because there are all these like ways that people tell us to rest, and it's not gonna look the same for everyone.
Facts.
But just like focusing on what actually makes you feel like rested.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like lean into that more.
100%.
Yeah.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned being a solo host of the show?
Yeah.
I would say the biggest lesson is, and shout out to Maggie, who's been behind the cameras, behind the scenes. Yeah, this season. She made a point about, she came on halfway through the season, and she was like, there was an interview where I felt like I was more trying to direct the question, guide or like lead the conversation, but I was like following the lead of the guest, if that makes sense. Like I would ask and something that I used to do a lot is match energies with people. And I know that I do that in general. It's like my way of like reading a room and trying to see where how I can fit into a space. So I was doing that with the podcast, and I realized when it was the two of us, Rahel and I, we know our energy and our vibe, so we set the tone when we're together because we have like a chemistry already. So when the guest comes in, I feel like the third person has read the room of how we're already like communicating with each other. So they're kind of fitting into how we've like created the space to be. So when a guest comes in though, they're just like being themselves, and I'm observing how they are so that I can, and it's a lot of energy to do that. So I think this being a solo host is teaching me how to like lead a conversation more, and how to like, instead of trying to match the energy of the guest, have your own have an energy already of the show, which it has, but also like a more, I guess, assertive or like strong kind of energy. That makes sense. And just more like bringing the guests into the bittersweet world.
I think like mirroring or mimicking someone's like body language and energy is not necessarily a bad thing, but I think like not letting it consume who you are or like how you want to present yourself in general. I think just like making them, but the mirroring or like the mimicking is a good tactic to just make people feel comfortable. And then, but still stay true to yourself.
Yes, exactly. How often do you visit Eritrea? Which is so funny. I'm not Eritrean, guys. I'm Ethiopian, but my girl over here is Eritrean. How often have you visited Eritrea?
So I moved to Australia in 2009, and since then I've been back one time in 2017. Partly the first part, mostly due to like visa stuff. Obviously, I couldn't travel for a while. But I'm hoping, manifesting this year or next year, end of the year trip.
Eritrea?
Eritrea. Because, I just need that. And you're going to Ethiopia, like,
guys.
So I'm like, it's making me more and more.
I'm so excited. I haven't announced it yet, guys. But guess what?
Sorry.
Oh no! I'm not. I was gonna say on this part. This part made the most sense to say it.
Go.
I'm going to Ethiopia. I'm so gassed because I haven't traveled in a long time. Well, like a year. And I feel like this is a very privileged thing to say, but I do try to leave the country at least once a year. Just because I feel like it's important. We need to get out of like the shell. But if you can, obviously. But anyways, I'm going to Ethiopia for 3 weeks. Such a random decision. I was feeling very burnt out. I feel like, again, 2024, I've been hustling, working. And, like I feel like I haven't seen my family in Tigray since the war. So I left in 2020. I went to a wedding and then came back and then the war just happened, COVID happened. And so I haven't been back to Ethiopia. I haven't been to Tigray since then.
Yeah.
So I'm just really excited. I'm excited to
so
go. I
excited
feel
for
like,
you.
yes, it's like Ethiopia is the one place I genuinely feel like I can just really switch off and not feel. Addis Ababa, it will be very like overstimulating and a lot will be going on. But Tigray is just relaxing.
Mellow.
It's mellow. It's family. It's just like slow living.
Love.
And it feels like home, you know, it's really nice. So I'm excited to just go see my grandma, see my aunties,
It's
my
gonna be
uncles.
emotional too, I'm
It
sure.
is.
Yeah.
And my dad was going as well. A few of my cousins from Melbourne. They live in the same. I'm from Aksum in Tigray, and they live in the same. Like they're literally our neighbors in the area. So my cousins here. So where they're going, and when they were going, I'm like, you know what? Let me look at how much that trip looked like.
Hey, clock it. You gotta do it with the face.
I know. I need to start doing this.
Yeah, literally.
So yes, sis, I'm about to get out. Tokyo Tony, I'm ready to get the fuck ASAP after this shit.
Ready to get the fuck ASAP after this shit.
Literally how I felt when I booked it. I said, laters, I'm out of here.
Guys, one thing about Wintana, she can do an impression down. So if you ever
Good. I didn't put that clip here, so people
Literally.
that was like she embodied how I felt in that moment when I booked that flight. But anyways, this is all to say that I'm going to the motherland. I'm so excited to get out and just
Excited for the content
be
as well.
girl.
Yeah.
Also, announcement, guys. I'm going to be taking a break, obviously, because I will be in Ethiopia for 3 weeks.
Nice.
So January is going to be a write-off. We're not going to be doing any. You guys might get some content, so make sure you follow Bittersweet on all our social channels, bittersweet.podcast. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing any like episodes while I'm away because I need a break.
Yeah.
I
deserve
need a
it.
break.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go through one last question.
Yeah.
The question is injera or fufu? You can only pick one.
Girl, injera.
Injera.
Sorry. What are you?
Sorry to the West Africans.
Yeah.
Because injera dominates for me.
Yeah, same.
Injera eats. I'm sorry, but it's like. Also, I think the range of the different like stews that we have does it for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And it's I don't think is it even comparable really, because injera is like our rice, like it's the base for all of our dishes, whereas fufu is not really the base. It's like a dish that they have.
But they eat it with. You can have fufu. I'm pretty sure
different
with
things?
different dishes.
Okay.
Do you know what I
But
mean?
Isn't it like you can have it with different dishes, but then there's like
Rice as well.
Rice as well.
Yeah.
You have the option of that, and you have the option of rice. Yeah, you have the option of rice. Whereas for us, it's like injera is our base for a lot of
Injera is our
things.
base, yeah. But fufu is like what they know. Oh, jollof is also a
That's what
main
I'm saying.
staple.
And
but
they have do they have rice and peas?
rice and
That's
peas,
the
I think, is Caribbean, yeah.
Okay, but I think injera also is less just heavier to me.
Yeah.
Than fufu, because I feel like fufu, once you eat it, like I'm knocking out.
I know, but I'm not gonna lie. I do love fufu. I love that, and I love like gaat because I love heavy food. I'm not gonna lie,
girl, who you
but I know what
telling?
you're
Yeah.
saying. It does make you feel like
You just feel sleepy. Like injera,
Yeah,
you can
heavy.
have it. You can definitely get full from injera too. But you know how you can have the one that's like the brown,
Lighter
brown-skinned
one. Yeah,
the
yeah.
brown skinned one. That one is a little like lighter
Yeah.
than the light skinned one.
then the light. Yeah,
Yeah, the light skinned one is like flour.
it's
or full.
fluffier. Yeah. It's more like it's like duff. They use duff.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know. I get it, but also it's also the stews. Do you feel like you have a preference with the stews?
I do, yeah. I do like the more basic ones. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you like?
Well, my go-to was always like lentils, mincer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
So you prefer the vegetarian?
I do. I always did. But
I
do like
prefer. Yeah, I think for me, shiro will always
Yeah, that is
be takes the
vegetarian.
cake, but of the vegetarian.
Yeah.
But really, I loved ips.
Tips,
I loved especially dry direct ips
yeah.
with the. Have you seen the shakla, like the one that they put on the actual hot
Yes,
hot pot?
I have seen
That is my favorite.
It's
Mitmita on the
good.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
You
it.
know what I realized? We've never gone to eat Habesha food together.
We
in
should.
Fifth
We
or something.
should.
Yeah, we should.
Shout out to Queen Sheba. We need to go check them out because
Oh,
I
you
love
like-
their
you like
I love
Queen
their
Sheba?
food. Yeah, it's near like you know where it is. Yeah,
Yeah, I do. I just haven't. I usually go to Lalibela or there's another one that my mom, just because my mom knows
Knows
before,
those
and
ones,
she's,
yeah.
like, recommended those, but I
Same.
do
My
like
dad,
Queen
my family know Queen Sheba, so that's why I go. But I like. Anyways, we'll go. We'll go
Yeah,
to one.
Queen Sheba though has really good shiro.
Shiro,
I tried it
yes.
one time.
Shiro. They call it. Have you heard of Tagamino? Tagamino or Tagabino?
No,
Tagami no shuro. It's like a thicker. It's shuro, but it's like thick instead of it being like watery.
What area is that from? Or
I don't even know. I found out about it when I was first in Ethiopia in Addis. But I think they do it all over. I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
Heard of it in Eritrea.
Maybe they say it differently. It's a different because you don't even say it, Eritrea. They don't say tips, do they?
Tips, kolwa, yeah.
Kolwa, yeah. So I feel like you might have a version of it. It's just a different name.
Yeah, I need to see it.
But those are all our questions. But just to pass over, sis, I just want to ask you, like, what is your New Year? I don't want to say resolution, but like, how are you stepping into the new year? What energy are you bringing in?
I feel like I think we kind of touched on it earlier, but like the taking myself more seriously.
Yeah.
I think because we said this year or last year.
I know it's
legit. Last year, 2024 was taking risks, and I wouldn't say I took risks, but I definitely like tried things outside of my comfort zone.
I feel like you definitely did. I think you pushed yourself and like you were like really. I feel like it was the year where you put yourself in scenarios for it to be like, this is something that you do now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And then like, this is something I always wanted to try, and I want to just try it.
Yeah.
So doing that made me like learn a lot, and it also taught me areas where I do want to lean into more next year. So I think next year is just the whole taking yourself seriously, so that I can start, having a bit more discipline with things. Hopefully, that's what I'm hoping to take on this year. How about you?
I think I would say the same. Like for me, it's like, again, like I say, balancing more and just having strategy to, like, I think I've done a lot last year, and I want next year to be a year where I'm
take it to the next level
and like having like systems, strategies in place, so it looks like there's purpose and reason behind why I'm doing things. And just I want to also like live it up. I'm trying to have like a fun 2025. You know what I mean?
Hopefully.
So I think really we discussed a lot of it in this episode as well. So I'd just be repeating myself. But I'm just focused for the new year. I'm feeling like more fresh. I'm feeling more like listening to myself. And again, I think spirituality is going to be a big part of my new year. And I feel like in the last year towards the end, I was really feeling like I'm trying to actively build a relationship with God, or at least seek that. And I think for me, I've always been in the church. I've grown up, especially when I was really young. It was like I was in the church up until like most of my childhood, adolescence, up until like the end of my teens, and then I stopped going. And so now it was just like a big chunk of my life where I just didn't go to church. And now I feel like I'm seeking that a little bit more actively. Not to say that I'm like the mascot or like the true representation of child of God, but I do want to like seek that a little bit more and have like, I think it's just about like giving like certain areas of my life purpose and meaning and like understanding why I want to do certain things. So that's where I'm at.
I love that. That's important.
Spirituality is I think so.
And I think it's good that you're starting off with a trip to kind of like jumpstart your year.
I'm so excited.
Well.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be so wholesome.
All right, let's get into bitter or sweet.
Oh yes.
All right.
My paddle.
Do you want me to? I'll start us off.
Yeah, please do.
Bitter or sweet? First impressions are everything. Let me elaborate on what I mean by that.
Okay.
Do you feel like the first time you meet somebody, you instantly know, or you can gauge whether or not that person is compatible with you? This can be friendship, it can be relationship, it can be anything. Or do you feel like you can give them grace? Like it could probably be like first time, we don't really know, we need more time to get to know them a little bit.
Okay. So what's the statement to agree?
So bitter or sweet, first impressions are everything. So agree or disagree?
Bitter.
Okay.
What are you saying?
I'm going to say, I don't know. I'm going to say bitter as well.
Okay. So the reason I picked bitter, I think in more recent years, as obviously we've talked about this, like as you start becoming an adult, it's harder to, you have to be a bit more intentional about the type of people you want in your space, right? So you start to kind of notice things more. And I've started to realize that a lot of things that I thought I knew of first impressions of people are not always accurate. And I need to give people grace in the same way that I hope they give me grace, because I'm not always going to look like my best a lot of the time, especially again as you get older. we'd be tired.
We'd be tired, yeah.
And like, imagine when you start having kids and things like that, right? But anyway, but in saying that, like, that's why I think, like, I disagree with that notion now, because people are just not as to the T as I thought, according to like paper, you know?
Yeah.
It's not like, so I'm just trying to not judge people so quickly, and just be more intentional about getting to know someone, or like giving them the grace to kind of show me who they are, as opposed to like assuming who they are,
and also I feel like we judge based on like our experiences, and like going into adulthood, like we're meeting people where they're just they've lived a whole life themselves, you know what I mean? So different, I guess, experiences, different people they've been around, environments, so like the way they handle or like maybe perceive a situation is always going to look different.
For sure.
So if I'm just like, oh, I don't know, I feel like the way that person said this, or I feel like the way that it's just, it's my own biases, you know what I mean? But also I feel like a lot of people, sometimes it's very hard as an adult to meet new people and like try to find a way where you can like, I guess, like mesh with them or connect with them. And so you don't always put not that you don't put your best foot forward, but I think you try, like sometimes people overdo it, and sometimes people feel like too anxious or like they hold back because they don't know how to read the room or whatever. So I feel like first impression is, for me, I always take a little bit from it, but I definitely think that I have to see them a few more times to really judge or like understand. So I'm gonna say bitter. All right, your one.
Telling your friend's deepest, darkest secret to your partner is a betrayal of trust. Bitter or sweet?
Telling your friend's deepest, darkest secret to your partner
is a betrayal of trust.
It's so hard with this one because it does. And I think, okay, context does matter. Deepest, darkest secret is a betrayal of trust. Sweet. I agree with that. Because I think there's pillow talk when you're in a relationship, and there's like, oh, so-and-so is like this, and it's kind of like a life update. Because I feel like I can imagine when I'm in a relationship, we just talk. Like, you know, this is someone, your partner that you see all the time. You're constantly having conversations with them about like life and stuff like that. And you're always seeing your friends, so you come back to your partner and you just talk. But I think a deepest, darkest secret is a complete betrayal of trust, because if that's your best friend and this is your partner and they're in the same room and I trust you as my friend and I'm telling you something, I would hate to know that I'm now in a room and your partner knows my information. And I'm coming to you in confidence and like I'm like seeking advice from you. I'd feel betrayed. I'd be like, girl, what are you doing? Like there's like a spectrum of what you can talk about. So deepest, darkest secret,
it's a
crazy.
Tricky, that one. I agree. It is a betrayal of trust, I think, because again, this is why I said context, because like you said, there's a spectrum of things, right? If your friend is coming to you and this is like best friend, if you came to me and you're like, Milena, like, don't take this to your grave. Like, don't tell, I will take that to the grave. And I'll be like, that means everybody, because it's not really something, because I know that you can gauge as well, especially if it's your best friend, you kind of gauge what is like,
what's appropriate,
what's appropriate, what's not appropriate kind of thing. But then, so yeah, I agree with that. I think like there's a spectrum and you just have to like gauge and know that and really communicate that with your friend. No, just like realize, acknowledge that you can't be saying whatever you want to say whenever you want to say it.
So now I know my secrets are safe with you, right? Basically, But yeah, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for riding out this season with me. It has been amazing. And it's not the end of the season. We're just taking a little break because we all need to rest and rejuvenate before we go twice as hard this year in 2025. But yeah, guys, I just want to say I love you all. I'm so grateful for the people that have like joined the Sweeties crew, the people that have jumped on. Shout out to the Sweeties. This is a thing. But yeah, I love you guys. Make sure you follow us on all platforms. That's bittersweet.podcast on Instagram, bittersweet podcast on TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. We love to see it growing. But yeah, it's grown. We've had some growth this year. Let me say that.
We didn't even talk figures.
I know, but that's like, honestly, guys, I'm just excited to see where we take like all of this next year. So yeah, that's everything for me.
I want to ask you one thing. If you had to put like your first season solo, one word to one word for your season, what would you say it?
Growth.
Nice.
I'll say growth. Like in a literal sense, where like I've seen the growth, but I think also for me it's been like growing in myself, where I feel like I think I was struggling a lot at the beginning of the year, like Rahel leaving. It wasn't like an easy transition. I don't know how it looked from the outside. I think people have said like, oh, it was so, but there's a lot of things like, it was really sad to like leave someone that I did something with for so long. Obviously we're still like close best friends outside of all of this, but just having someone that was by my side the whole time and then leaving and kind of having to do it yourself and figure out. I'm not gonna lie, there was a fear as well of like when you're coming back from a season that you were from something you've done for so long with someone that has been great. You're like, I need to come. People are gonna be expecting something. You know what I mean? Like I can't just come back and it be mediocre is what I was saying to myself. And so there was like, you know, the energy that we put into the visuals and everything, like again, that, and then the nerves just coming into the new season. I'm like, oh my God, this shit needs to bam. This shit needs to be like bam. Man. So there was a lot of fear. And I think that drove me a little bit, but also I think it helped me grow and understand like, okay, it's not just about making shit look, it's about like having like an authenticity behind what you're doing, and that's what you've been doing. So you're overthinking all these other things. I just think it grounded me a little bit more. So there was like personal growth, there was growth in like obviously numbers and like growing in the like literal that literal sense, and then just growth in like terms of range. And like I love seeing, because I've always known there's range within Bittersweet and like what we can do, but I think this pushed me to be like, let's see who can jump on and who can we reach out to. So I feel like growth would be the word for the season.
It's like a representation of the season, I think.
I think so. So I'm excited. 2025 is about to be a hit. I'm so glad we did this, sis. Thank you. Of course, we need to have you in like a few more times. Like we're always going to see Milena drop in. But yeah, we love you guys over here. Thank you so much for tuning in to this season, to this episode. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And I will see you next month. Clack it. See you in a month. Bye, guys.